everyone, Kayla here.
And I'm Kendra.
And for today's video, we just want to have a conversation about finding a job in your field after university or college. It was a struggle for both of us, so we thought it would be nice to share some advice. Maybe just, motivate some people, send some positive vibes out there for those of you who may have been experiencing the same thing or experiencing the same thing now.
Yeah, and especially during like the current climate, like with the virus and everything like that, a lot of people are uncertain of what the future holds. So we definitely just want to motivate you guys and just keep you guys, I guess, on track to find that dream job.
Yeah, so just going into both of our experiences and what we dealt with, I feel like it's the same, so I can speak for both of us. But definitely the biggest thing was we do all these internships. Like Kendra and I have both done at least 4 or 5 internships. Regarding to our field. But yeah, we did so many internships, learned a lot from them, thought they would help us find that actual job. But then when it came down to it, a lot of these companies didn't count the schooling or volunteer and internship experience. So that was shocking for both of us because we're like, we did all this work and it doesn't even count. It was crazy to us. So yeah, internships is definitely a big thing. Like, we thought that it would count as work experience, but in a lot of the jobs we applied to, they said, no, we want that tangible. You worked at X corporate office, you worked here, here, here. And it was just like, how are we supposed to get the experience if you guys don't even give us the opportunity? So
yeah, that's like the main frustration for me was like we kept hearing you don't have the experience, but then it's just like no one is giving you that opportunity to get the experience. So how can I obtain this experience when all employers are asking for a certain amount of experience? So it just didn't really make sense to me.
Yeah, literally, like, we had a period in time where we were just so depressed because it was just like, we just want someone to give us a chance. Like, we know that we could do the work. We know that, we're versatile workers. Like,
and in some cases, we've done the work.
Like, yeah, we've done the work too. We're showing you, we're showing you our portfolio. We're showing you what we did during our volunteer and internships. And it's just like, no, we need you to have been in like an actual corporate office or an actual workplace, not just volunteer. You did something on your free time or whatever. But it was just like, to us, like, we put in so much blood, sweat, and tears into all of that, and then for these places to not see it as valuable was really depressing for us. And we're just like, are we ever gonna get a job? Like, is anyone gonna see that potential in us? So for a long time we were just so discouraged, and thankfully now we're both working full-time in a job that we love and in our field. But yeah, it was definitely depressing at some point. And especially when you're seeing other people on your LinkedIn, like, so-and-so's working here, and so-and-so got this job. We're both just like, wait, did you see this person from our class is working here? And I was just like, what's going on with us?
Yeah, so that was definitely discouraging. But what I would say, like, just moving on to the advice now, number one thing I would say is definitely use your network. So I know Kayla just mentioned, like, we kept seeing everyone on LinkedIn was like, so-and-so is working here, blah, blah, blah. But take that as an opportunity to say, hey, like, do I want to work at this place where I see a connection working at? And if so, take the initiative, reach out, and just say, hey, like, I noticed that you just got hired here, like, congrats or whatever. Let me know if there's any opportunities. We'd love to go out for coffee, maybe not go out, who knows what the future is, but over the phone, what the future holds, but maybe over the phone, even just like via email, just ask them if you can just chat with them casually about how they got to where they are, if their company is hiring, like, can they connect you to the right people? Just really use your network just to find those opportunities. And maybe there's not an opportunity right now, but in the future there could be, and that person will have you top of mind.
Yeah, for sure. And then secondly, I would say is take advantage of employment programs if there are any in your area or where you are, because Kendra and I both did an employment program where basically they reimburse companies for taking students on. So obviously that's an incentive for these companies because everyone loves their coins. So the fact that these companies get money for basically hiring you is a plus for them, plus for you because you get the opportunities. So why not? It's a win-win for both parties.
Yeah, and like once you're in the opportunity, you just gotta kill it and just prove yourself. Like, I was worth hiring. Like, despite you getting a reimbursement, like, you got a bomb-ass employee.
Yeah, and with the employment program, they basically lock in hiring you for 2 months, and then it's up to the company to have you on for longer than that. So I ended up staying on because I proved myself, and I proved that I was determined, ready to go, ready to learn. I just didn't slack off simply because like I knew that I was gonna have this for 2 months. I knew that I wanted to be here long term, so I worked hard at it and showed them what I got. So
yeah, and those employment programs, like they really force you to kind of like job hunt, like just figure out like your day, like how many hours can you actually spend towards job hunting versus like maybe watching Netflix or like scrolling through your phone. Like they made us map out our day, like what are you doing from 9 to 5. And when you look at what you spend your time on, it's just like, wow, like I thought I didn't have time to job hunt, I thought I was doing a lot, like yeah, but you really do have more time and you could dedicate like hours. I'd say like the best thing to do is what our mentors told us, at least dedicate like 2 to 3 hours. But hey, if you don't have a job and your 9 to 5 is free, or like 9 to 4, whatever, like spend a couple hours like researching like companies that you want to work at, looking for those opportunities, just because like you never know, like job hunting is a full-time job.
Yeah, that's what we heard from one of our mentors, and it couldn't be more true. It's basically a job in itself.
Exactly.
Yeah, just following that note, I would say be consistent with the job posting. Like we said, block out some 2 or 3 hours a day to dedicating yourself to doing that resume tailoring, applying to that job you saw a few weeks ago. Like dedicate the time to doing that. And I would just like to say, I feel like a lot of people think that, you know, applying to 2 or 3 jobs a week is enough, but honestly it's not enough. With all the different types of people applying at the same time you are, the endless amount of jobs out there that you could be applying to, you're really missing out by limiting yourself to doing 2 or 3 a week. So I'd say, yeah, like we said, make it a job, spend those hours.
Yeah, 2 or 3 a day. Yeah, I'd say is reasonable.
Yeah, for sure. Like you really need to, that just shows that you want it, you know what I mean? To me, 2 or 3 times a week is just kind of like, are you serious about it? Not really. And that's kind of how we were at first. It was just like, oh, I applied to 3, that's good for the week. But it was like, that's not enough. Like you could be doing so much more, and instead of having your like scrolling on Instagram, like you could have been doing that. But you know, we just really weren't motivated, and we were discouraged, I'd say, at the same time. So it's kind of just like, in our mind, doing 3 was enough, and it really wasn't.
Yes, and moving into like the third piece of advice, which I think we'll end it here, but the third piece of advice I would say is still do those internships and like volunteering. Just because I know a lot of employers, we said, didn't really recognize that, but it did give us like the skills that we needed in order to succeed in like those full-time jobs that we did get. So, you know, I volunteered at Pan Am Games, and, you know, I was like a supervisor, really taught me how to manage people, how to be a leader, how to work in teams. Same with Canadian Music Week, like I was a cashier, and like it just teaches you different skills that like are essential for you to succeed in any job. So the volunteering experience really, really does help. And it also provided me with some materials for my portfolio. So I actually got the opportunity to intern at like a PR company before I landed the job at the current PR company that I work at. But yeah, it gave me like materials that I need to build a strong portfolio to kill that interview.
Yeah, and lastly, I just want to say, for those of you watching who maybe are happy with the job you're at now, that's like basically not in your field, but you know, you're happy at where you're at, that's okay too. I feel like a lot of people go to school simply just to please family members. I know that's the case for a lot of people. Or you simply just lost the passion or that spark for what you're doing. So now you found somewhere else where you're happy. That's totally okay too. I think for us, because obviously we're passionate about marketing and public relations, like it was our goal, like we need to be in this job, we need to be in this field, like it's what I love, it's what I want to do long term. But for sure we wouldn't knock any of the other jobs we've had. They were great too. We met some amazing people. And yeah, if you're happy where you're at now, even if it's not in your field, don't be ashamed of that.
Exactly. Just own it. Like keep hustling, keep grinding, and like keep putting in that work. Like if you don't put in the work, you're not going to get the results. And that's definitely something that we learned throughout our job hunt, was you can't just be sleeping in bed or like watching Netflix and just expecting to get that dream job. It's just like you need to put in the work and the hours in order for you to succeed.
Yeah, people don't get to where they are by, you know, sleeping in and not taking it seriously.
Exactly.
And I think for a long time we were kind of thinking that. It was just like, oh, why are all these people getting these jobs? Meanwhile, we're here in bed, like, applying to 2 jobs a week. It's like, you're not really showing that you really want it. So
exactly. So I think that was enough for today, but thank you guys so much for watching. Let us know in the comments if this was a helpful video. Maybe in the future, if it helped you land your dream job, let us know. Like, we'd love to hear that, of course. But until next time, thank you guys so much for watching.